Right then, let us get something straight from the off. You are not on holiday, you are not in Bangkok, you are, for reasons you are now seriously questioning, in a small village in Isaan. On top of that, the local wildlife has just declared war on your eardrums at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you have found yourself here, drawn by love, a fatalistic scene of adventure, or a catastrophic error in map reading, then listen closely. This is not a guide to finding the best somtam. This is a survival manual. How to get through a week, a month, a lifetime in rural Thailand without having a nervous breakdown or having all your footwear devoured by the local fauna. Let us start with the dawn chorus. Forget blackbirds and thrushes. Here it is a symphony of internal combustion engines, the village loudspeaker crackling to life with a sound which can only be described as an angry ghost, and roosters. Good grief, the roosters. Every single household seems to have one, and they are in a perpetual screeching arms race to see who can be the loudest, most tone-deaf creature on the planet. I am convinced my neighbour Yai has genetically engineered hers to sound like a train derailing in a sheet metal factory. What's more, that loudspeaker, what on earth is at 4 AM? It is not an air raid, it is not a royal announcement. It is usually a man with a voice like gravel being poured down a drain pipe, reminding everyone that, well, your guess is as good as mine. Something about a meeting or a lost water buffalo. It remains one of the great mysteries of the East. Now, you will have come from a world where privacy is a right, a sacred thing. You have fences, you have curtains, you have the simple unspoken agreement that you do not pop round to a friend's house unannounced to stare at them while they eat their cornflakes. Forget all of that. Here, privacy is optional. It is a vague concept, like trying to explain snow to a pineapple. Your home is not your castle. It is a public aquarium, and you, my friend, are the main exhibit. The shuffling of flip-flops on your porch is the sound of your front doorbell. You will be watched while you nap, critiqued while you hang your washing, and your attempts to barbecue a sausage will draw a crowd of silent, smiling judges. You learn to smile and nod, to offer a chair, to slowly let go of the idea that you are ever truly alone. It is infuriating. Then, one day, you realise you would be a bit lonely without it. Then there is the food. It is magnificent, of course, until you discover that a bit spicy here means capable of stripping paint. You will learn the 5 stages of chilly grief: surprise, pain, panic, sweating from the unusual places, and finally resignation. To top it off, the sticky rice. Glorious, glutinous, and gets everywhere. I once found a grain of it in my sock drawer. I have no explanation. However, the true test of your mettle, the crucible in which your Farang soul will be forged, is the social gathering. This is where you'll encounter the third fundamental force of the universe, Lao Khao. Let me tell you a secret, a survival tip more valuable than any phrase book. Are you listening? You never ever drain your glass. You see it there, that little shot glass of clear liquid that could fuel a motorbike. The village elders, men with hands like weathered leather and smiles that have seen 1,000 toasts, will raise their glasses. Chon or something like that, they will cry, and you, wanting to be polite, will knock it back. Fatal error. That empty glass is not a sign of respect. It is a vacuum, a void, which the universe and your host must immediately fill. You have just signed a contract for the evening. The trick, the art form, is to take a polite, minuscule sip, a mere dampening of the lips. You smile, you nod, and you place the still full glass down with a confident thud. You must become a master of illusion, a Houdini of the rice whisky toast, because if you do not, you will wake up with a head that feels like it has been used as a temple gong, and the roosters will have won. Let us not forget the creatures. The geckos are mostly harmless, little comedians running up the walls until you meet a toke. It is a gecko that has been to the gym, eaten all the other geckos and developed a call that sounds like it is mocking you personally. Toke! Toke! It screams from behind the wardrobe at 2 a.m. You will lie there, plotting its demise, while it lectures you on the futility of your existence. The ants are organised in military syndicates. The mosquitoes are the size of sparrows. What is more, the chickens. We have discussed the roosters, but the hens. They have a particular fondness for rubber. I have lost more flip-flops to those feathered terrorists than I care to admit. You will put them neatly by the door, and an hour later find one halfway across the yard looking like it has been for a wood chipper. They are not eating them for sustenance, I'm sure of it. It is sport. So, with the noise, the lack of privacy, incendiary food, the tactical drinking and the wildlife that view your belongings as a buffet, why stay? Because for every 4 a.m. loudspeaker, there is a sunset that paints the sky in colours you did not know existed. For every moment of frustrated intrusion, there is a moment of breathtaking kindness. A neighbour leaving a bag of mangoes on your doorstep. An old grandmother teaching you how to properly pronounce a word. The entire village pulling together to help one of their own. You learn to slow down, to stop rushing, to understand that a 2-hour conversation about the rain is not a waste of time, but the point of time. You learn the true value of a smile, even a slightly pained, grumpy one. This place, with all its glorious, chaotic, maddening intensity, sands away your rough edges. It teaches you what is actually important. It is not about surviving the village, it is about letting the village survive in you, even if it means occasionally losing a flip-flop to a chicken with a vendetta. So, there you have it, my unofficial guide. If you have been through it, you're nodding. If you think about it, well, good luck. You will need it, and a very strong liver. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a strategic sip of whisky to attend to, and a suspicious hen to keep an eye on. Take care, and goodbye.